A look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the New England Patriots. Here's Stephen Gostkowski now to kick this one off. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Returning it, John Ross. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First carry for Giovanni Bernard. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton dancing to his left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Dalton bootlegs out. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's caught inside the 20. A big play. Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green. 49 yards.
There's nothing like getting out of the gate and finding your favorite target. Andy Dalton just did that with A.J. Green.
And some people call that a nice fantasy football connection as well.
Yeah, they're piling up the points that way, and they want to see that continue.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got third and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Dalton on third and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
And Bullock will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
So Brady and the Pats take over first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And he's brought down but not before getting across midfield to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Now Brady. And he's got Decker left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
To throw is Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Brady throwing on second down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Eric Decker, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And now here's Ross. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 point
the kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bad.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. It's second down. Dalton looking. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
93, 52,
Play action here with Dalton. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Lawrence Guy with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Julian Edelman.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
On the toss, Bernard. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Airing one out for Boyd. This is caught inside the 15. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They give him a gain of 38. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Over here. You're good.
Dalton up, play action. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Here we go, 368.
3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. New England trots back out there for their next offensive series, and it gives us a time to talk about their backfield. Everyone knows Tom Brady's set in stone, but they've got some options at running back this year. Interesting to see how that's going to sort out.
And it's always been that way in New England, kind of a plethora of riches. In this case, it is crazy, isn't it? James White, the Super Bowl hero, Rex Burkhead, first-round pick Sony Michel. Then you got to put in Mike Gillislee, who's played well in this league. Jeremy Hill had big moments in Cincinnati. Brandon Bolden, who doesn't carry it very often but is great on special teams. And how about the undrafted free agent Ralph Webb? getting on the radar in the first preseason game with a big performance.
Yeah, the Vanderbilt Commodore making his presence felt. Indeed, a lot of options in the backfield. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And I put my first tally mark next to the Brady to Gronk counter here.
I think it may be the first of many, because once they get going, look out, things tend to snowball. Tom Brady trusts Gronk as much as any receiver I think he's thrown to in his career, and it's evident.
And that's saying something. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. It's by Nick Vigil, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Edelman, the intended receiver that time. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
There you go, 368.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Over here, over here.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. Looking deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now the Bengals on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Dalton here from the gun. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Going deep now for Decker. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jesse Bates. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Got to be careful here. Dalton buying time to his left. And he goes down. Dalton couldn't get rid of it, and that will be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On second down, here's Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Michael Johnson. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. They do go for it. It's Brady. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Carlos Dunlap, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And able to find Decker. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. And Andrews lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Guys up.
Now a toss play to Bernard. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Go, on the ball! On the ball! Here you go, 368!
Second down, Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Bengals are in for 6. Really good on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Now it's Patterson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Brady to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Brady to Hogan for a big one. 53 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 24. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Being chased out left. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll try and pound it in with Burkhead. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it third and goal. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's third and goal. Brady now on third and goal. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Get ready for 57 over there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
First and 10 for Dalton. Steps away to his left. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
2 by 2. Move.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton out to his left. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10. Back to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it, and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
Passing it. Dalton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here you go, 368. Heads up.
Big spot, Andy Dalton. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down.
Seen the best of me.